Nah. I have the same anxiety every time I'm getting this thing started that it's working right. Oh man, you guys that were in here a little early, getting ready, I appreciate you. We got round 2 of our colored there's my man X to the Z, Boomtown. I should start hitting the hey now button for people like him. Hey now. And I see Peter up in here, and Meddings, and Mosiah, and Randall. Hey now. Hey now. Those are 2 hey now buttons for all you. And I can't pronounce that. WP Co. Hey now to all you fools. This is round 2 of our Taking on Colored Plastic stream. I have to lean this way so I don't get covered by the chat box. Oh yeah, and there's 44 up in here giving me a good old smeeg. Sean, you are a piece of work, brother. So last live stream, we did all 4 of these colored discs in the same colored dye beds. Different designs, but same colors up in there. I got them all right here. Wes, hey now. I got them all right here, ready to show off to you. In fact, what am I waiting for, right? Look, here's the green one. Saturation came out pretty nice, right? I know it's tough because it's translucent. Maybe if I get it right over my white sweatshirt. So there's the green one. We got to spin this one. And then I got the blue one right here. Brad, Robert, Brandon, hey now. I got the blue one right here. Oh, I forgot to turn down the background music. Is it like blaring loud? I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay. There's the blue one right there. We got some pretty good saturation on that too. You can pick out the difference right here between like the orange and the yellow even, and then into the green. So we actually got some like good colors on that. And then those 2 I haven't spun yet. The next 2, the red and the orange. Crystal, Peter, hey now. The orange and the red I already finished off with the rest of the spin die. Okay, so here's what I'll do. Maybe before I show you the actual disc. August, hey now. Look, there is the orange one before I spun it. Okay, so you can just see it after the bed like the other ones. Matthew, hey now. Welcome back, buddy. Larry, hey now. There's a lot of hey nows going on. Well, hey now. I'm gonna drop the button. Okay, so there's the orange one. You can see, like, we got good color separation on that one too. All right, and then here's the red. The red was the toughest, I'm not gonna lie. The red kind of ate up some of the other colors, but we still got something kind of funky out of it, right? All right, here now, like I said, I already did the spin die on these and kind of finished them off. So I'm gonna try to hold it closer to the camera so you can see the spin in there. I just did a couple pinstripes and then a red bar in the middle, a real simple one on this one. And if you can see right here where like the bed design ends and the spin die starts, I did like a black fade going in towards the spin die part, and I did that on all the sections. So I did it here, and I did it here, and I did it here, and I did it here, so that it almost kind of makes it look like the spin die portion is raised. The other thing that lets you do is like close off where it's maybe not perfectly centered from the stencil that I used, but that little bit of a fade really like kind of makes the spin pronounced, really makes it stand out. Okay, so that's the red one, and then I showed you both pictures, and then here's the orange one, which I did something a little different with the spin. I did some purple pinstripes and then some blue and then some red, but I still did that same drop fade technique where, you know, the spin die meets the bed die. But even on this one, look, you can see where the orange stops and the yellow starts, even with me moving it around like a bozo. So all the different colors, I'm sure I missed a bunch of hey nows, so I'm just gonna hey now, drop a few there. Okay, so we got these other 2 to spin die today. We'll see, you know, how quick I can bust through this. Let me switch over. Wait till you see what I did here. You might have been able to tell. I get wait turntable main. Okay, look, I put this piece of white vinyl down on my thing so that it doesn't look like total crap. Look how good that looks on there now. If it was just black underneath, it would totally suck. Trust me, I've done it before. That was an idea that my main man X to the Z, who's up in here, gave me while we were talking earlier today. And it's going to make this and many other videos look so much better when I'm working with translucent plastic. Here's the other thing. This piece of vinyl, it's so much easier to center my disc on than the rubber mat, because the rubber mat sticks to the disc and it just doesn't move as well. On this vinyl, I center it up in just a jiff. Zip! Which makes me kind of jealous of all you boys and girls that have felt turntable mats instead of the rubber one like I do. Oh, there's my main man Greg Renfro. Hey now. Anthony, I see you. Hey now. I'm gonna try to do a little better at looking up at the chat every once in a while, but now that we're starting, I'm gonna be spinning. It's tough. I'm gonna tell you the one thing I did on this before we started, and I did it on both of these, the green and the blue. You can see right here, I did a black pinstripe to close off each section. You can actually see there's a little gap there. That's because it wasn't perfectly centered. We're gonna fix that. So on this Champion plastic, it took me like 15-20 coats in order to get like a dark black pinstripe there. So instead of making you guys watch me just do like 15-20 coats over and over again, I did the pinstripe on each one. But otherwise, you know, these are all set to just go. So what I'm gonna start doing the same way I did on the other ones is I'm gonna bring that black pinstripe, I'm going to turn it into a fade coming in towards the dyed part. Oh, look, I was going to say, excuse me while I get a tissue. But I got a paper towel right here. Oh, excuse me, I got to blow it. Okay, I'm better. All right, so I'm going to turn that black pinstripe into a black fade. All 4 of them on this one. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, and then it'll do, I got to move this microphone. It's in the way of my die. Okay, and then it'll do the same thing as it did. Look at this, I just dipped the wrong side in. See what happens when you talk and try to work at the same time? All right, it should do the same thing as that last one, not only close off the little bit of a gap there because of it being off center, but also sort of make that spin dyed section look like it's raised and stand out a little bit more. Alright, the other thing I'm going to try to be really conscious of. Oh, is that my man Jory up in here? Jory Fly Guys? Holy cow, I got to get a James Brown sound effect going now. It's got me feeling good. Wow, I feel good. Yeah, that was the. Oh, and Justice Keener. We got all, and Greg Renfro. I mean, we got all the T Diddy All Stars up in here. Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. Let's do this! One more. 2 more. Alright, if you think that's all the James Brown sound effects I got, this is obviously your very first stream, because I got loads more in there. Alright, I'm going to try to be conscious of not putting my big melon in the way of the camera above to block your view of what's going on. Really, down here at this section, because it's so dark, it's tough to see anyway. This is more about just hanging out and watch me hold a brush steady right now. Alright, that's really all that spot needs for that little fade. Jeff, I am using Artist's Loft acrylic brushes. I've been through a bunch of different brands. All of them fail to the acetone in the dye eventually, and it's a resource that diminishes and needs replaced over time. These artists loft brushes are just the ones that I found hold up the best and the longest. You can find them on Amazon, but the ones on Amazon are always the crappy ones with the cheap wooden handles. I like to go get them at Michael's where I can hold them in my hand with something like brushes, and they sell that brand at Michael's if you have one close. Okay, that's all that fade needs to be right there. Yeah, Jory, this is me trying to counteract the natural shake in my hands. So I'm always pushing up with my brush hand and then slowly pushing down with the other hand that's bracing it. And those counteracting pressures allow me to counteract the natural shake of my hands and get a little bit of a steady hold. And not to brag, but the black pinstripes that I got on here before, I mean, they are the teeniest, tiniest pinstripes that I've pinstriped since I can remember pinstriping. Now, I did cheat a little bit and use the magnifying glasses, but it was still my hands. Okay, a little bit of a fade there. That's gonna work. Fat part of the palm for speed control. I'm taking that to heart, dog. Okay, like, I don't think those fades need to be much more than that. So I'm gonna move the black. And now, originally, I was thinking before of like spinning the same colors in the same pattern on every one of them. Like to help with comparing. But then I thought, that's stupid, I don't want to do that. So, I already spun, different patterns on these two here. So, I'm not like hard set to any specific pattern. I am gonna bring in some grape on this one. I'm gonna use orange instead of yellow, so I use yellow on the other two, and I think red. We're making this up as we're going along, if you can't tell. This grape is Spike It's Dip and Glow instead of Worm Dip, instead of Quick Coat Dip and Glow. Hey now, John. This grape is the most purpliest purple. It's so purple. Hey now. John, that was for you and for anybody else that I missed with a hey now. Alright, so I'm going to do some purple pinstripes on this bad boy. Try to keep my head out of your way. This is one thing I would redo if I redid this one. Crap. Where'd it go? Oh, I got it. I almost got it. Like, I made this section just a little bit smaller than the rim, so you can see the fat part of the rim through the dome right there. If I had this to redo again, I would have taken this dyed section out here right out to the edge of where the rim is, so that it didn't look two-tone looking through that part. But that's just an OCD little anal thing. It is making my purple line a little bit harder to see right here. There we go. Yeah, this grape, it cuts into every color and comes out grape. Ooh, little too much on the brush there. Put a matching pinstripe on this side. Look how good I'm doing at keeping my head out of the way of the camera. So, I'm so proud of myself for that. Man, look at that. That purple, it's like, I mean, it has just as much contrast as black, but it's so purpley. And this is coming from, colorblind old man cobbers. Okay, now I'm going to move to this inside band here and do some similar pinstripes. Try not to bump my disc here. Okay. Oh man, this Spike It Grape might be my single favorite color in the batch. Okay. Oh, son of a gun! Look, I just bumped my turntable mat and knocked it off center. It's okay. I'll fix it. Alright. Close up the purple. Set that jimmer jammer right there. I'm just going to make sure my disc is centered again. Okay. Now, what am I going to do with it? I think I'm just going to fill this space. I'm going to use the orange outside the purple and then the red inside it. Need some orange brush action here. How about this guy? I'm using your technique, Jory, and using the fat of my palm to slow down the turntable here for control. Yeah, orange was the right choice over the yellow. That looks really hot next to each other. Yeah, I can dig it. See how well this works in that space where the rim shows through like I was talking about. I guess that's a good example of like pretty much this whole exercise. Just how different the dye looks over different colors and different thicknesses and okay, it's starting to get funky. I don't know if it's too funky. Okay, maybe it's too funky. Maybe it's too funky. Now, I was originally thinking I'm just going to fill that whole space in the middle with red, but I think I'm going to only do like something in the middle. I'm not going to fill the whole space. And leave a little bit. Michael, hey now. Oh, there's my man John. Hey now. Do just a little something in the middle. I'm going to leave a little bit of the blue disc color. And that red wants to be purple so bad on the blue disc. I'm going to give it another coat. I get my dome in the way. Okay. Okay, okay. I think I'm done with this one. I think I am. I mean, there's not much room left in there. There's not much room in that little space to spin anymore. Yeah, I can dig it. Let's see if if I can get the spin up to the camera there. It's amazing how well that camera works. It's so much better. I mean, check how yellow the yellow came out on the blue disc, right? Alright, that's the end of that one. There's one more look. And now we'll move on to this green one. We'll do it one more time. Start the same way. We'll center her up. And pretty darn good. And now I'm going to continue the same way that I did on the last one, and I am going to take these black pinstripes that I did on this one already here and fade them out as well. Actually, fade them in to the design. This one had a little bit more of a gap that I had to kind of fill in right in this area. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but in order to clean up the off-centering, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a wobble space there. I'm trying to make sure it gets enough dye to cover that gap up good. Alright, that's probably good on that one. This one has a tiny bit of a gap as well. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my head out of the way for you. Here's what I'm going to say about the steady hand stuff. Yo, if I can do this, I know that you can. Okay. It's pretty good. I like it. One more fade and then we'll start funking up that space. Almost. Yeah, look at that. That center section looks like it's dropped down in there. I love it. Alright, close that bad boy up. I'm gonna do some of the same colors. I don't know if orange is right for this one, but I do like the purple. I think I'm gonna do some powers of 3 going down here. Oh, do we have someone? We do have someone on Twitch, which means we're totally cross-streaming 3 ways. Whoever's on Twitch, you're my favorite viewer right now. After Greg Renfro, of course. Greg, I love your old ass. think I'm getting enough dye to the disc. That did it. Maybe I should turn the music up a little bit while I'm... Is it even playing? Feels like it should be playing. Thank you, Anthony, if that was yep to it playing. Trying to give you guys a little bit of something to jam to. I can't hear it on my side, it's only playing through the high-tech technology. Whenever I do 3 pinstripes, I always think of this afterwards. I should go 2 and then 1 in the middle because it's so much easier to space them evenly that way. When you just go straight down like that, instead of doing the first, the third, and then the second stripe, it's so much tougher to keep them evenly spaced. If that's the way you want it to look, you know. But this one you can tell I made the bottom one a little bit fatter than the top. That's if you're like OCD like I am. I guess. So what I do in that situation, I'll show you just one second. I'm gonna do one more coat on this one. What I do in that situation is make the middle line, I just fatten it a little bit to kind of even out the 2 spaces. So I'm gonna just do a hair of a thickening on the bottom half of this. See? That worked. I'm going to use this purple in the middle. I'll come back to it. I'm going to stay on the outside rim here for a second. Alright, let's see what other color I want to stick up in here. I'll bet you the yellow would look hot in there. And I bet you it shows up on the green too. Let's get this one. I'm going to get this brush that holds a ton of dye. Coats and it's going to show up. Maybe you can't see it in the camera, but but it is yellowing it. I know this. When I take the blacklight pictures of it, that part's gonna look like fire! Alright, yellow wasn't the best idea for your viewing pleasures. I get it. But it's working. Alright, now we'll bring in some red. I'm gonna try to do a little red fade going out the rest of the way there. Taking it around the corner. Oh yeah. Give me a second. I'm getting some acetone. Oh, Artie? Hey now. Robert? Hey now. Okay, okay, easy killer. Get that right there. And get me one of these Q-tips. Soften my fade up a little bit. Blend the bottom in. Okay, I'm alright with that. Let's get in that middle section. There. I don't know if you can see it still, but there's this big giant red stain left on the table from. Oh no, it's covered up by the chat box. Went a little cross-eyed there and almost missed. Cross-eyed there for a second and almost missed. Best shot, but I think I got away with it. Alright, I'm gonna try this yellow again. I'm gonna try a band of it. This fat wide brush. It's gonna take a ton of dye to get it to yellow the way I want. Yes. You're not doing complex stuff, right? I mean, this is simple stuff. Band, pinstripe, small little fade. Amazing how much it dresses it up, though. With a red pinstripe to close in that yellow section. And I think we're going to arrive in downtown Boomtown. Tip of this brush. Is it just bad bristles? Let's try again. Okay, yeah, that's a much cleaner, sharper point. That's what I was looking for. Third try was a charm. Normally when I'm doing this is the position I'm in. You guys would never see a damn thing of what's going on. Chaz, hey now. It's very unnatural for me to be keeping my head where it is and still trying to hit my pinstripe right on the nose. My old man eyes are going cross through these glasses. But I think somehow we still brought this train into the station. Look, those are such simple spins, right? It really tied those designs together. Alright, let's take a close look at this one in the camera too. Get my hand out of the way. Get an idea how some of that plastic reacted to the different colors. Terry, you're always right on time in my book, buddy. Look, I'm gonna show you the blue one now too, T. There's the blue one. I can't believe how well that camera is holding up when I get this thing right up on it. And we really got some good colors out of on the blue plastic, right? This, like, I hope the lesson here is that, like, I know that white plastic is best. I use it all the time. But, you know, you can still funk it up and get colors on other colors. Like, we've gone through red, blue, orange, and green, and we got almost every one of those 6 colors that we used in the bed to show up. All 3 primary and all 3 secondary colors. This red disc, and really it's more about the shade of red than anything else, is the one that kind of ate the colors up the most. But that's that. I'm going to get a little too funky up in here, and then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get to the, yeah, to that thing. I'm going to take some pictures of these tomorrow in the sunlight, and then I'll take some in the black light, and you know, if I need to, I'll take them on my fancy new white turntable mat so that we can compare it, and then I'll put up pictures of all the beds and that kind of stuff as well for each disc. And then, you know, we'll have like the true final results where you can compare. I saw Peter saying earlier he wants to wait till the pictures up on Instagram. I get it. So I'll take those pictures this weekend, put them up, and then I don't have anything to do with these discs, so I'm probably, after this weekend, just going to put them up on our website for sale for something stupid cheap. I don't need any of this plastic, so these will be marked way down lower than our normal disc guys. So, you know, if you want to pick up one of these bad boys that you saw made in the stream, hold on, we got to get that out of here, then, you know, check out the website. It'll be up there in a few days, but I hate turning these into a commercial, so that's enough of that crap. To all you fools that came and hung out with me on a Friday night, and whoever it is on Twitch that got us on all 3 platforms. But to all you fools that came and hung out with me on a Friday night, I love you. You're my people. Until I catch you on the next one, I really hope that you just keep